Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. On the last episode, we were on the Endar Spire, but it was attacked by the Sith Empire. And we were able to escape with Carth Onassi after Trask Olgo gave his life to buy us time. Rip Trask. Yeah. But we are on Taris, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Carth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Where am I? How did I get here?
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
I guess I owe you my life. Thanks, Carth.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Bastila. She's the one from the Endar Spire, right?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
How do you even know if Bastila is still alive?
I don't, but Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malak and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived.
So what do you suggest we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice. a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Alright, where do we start looking for Bastila then?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Alright. Well, I got some questions first.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What can you tell me about this planet?
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers, but that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is, well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
Alright. Well, tell me about yourself, Carth.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
Alright, what do you know about Malak and the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
A Jedi? What do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Don't worry. We'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope.
Alright, well, the sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Every time you leave the apartment, you must select the party members you wish to take. This is the first time you're leaving. You'll have to take Carth. Well, when you put it that way.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid.
Wana kumbes, jingba mulira, tonkingba nonkonek.
Whoa!
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Well, okay. When you put it like that, that escalated quickly.
What?
Tiskadu sukikuba na mona na yachu. Agtuinkotu. Topa da bunkwalya gandonago chuchut. Kabachi kuita hotonga. Yalamo inkapun. Jiloba mulirani bobo. Wango kumbeska gang. Ba mamarulira. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mamarulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hodonga chihonkabi.
Won't someone come searching for this patrol?
Jawana bota ayuat tahonga cha kanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bunkwalya gando do nago chuchut. Muksha papangpa pola wana chikne. Bamuli slemo poda wanga kun bes mulira rabes. Uba batu konchi. Tong nongbong shang yung yang. Tong hatok smakdelia.
Okay.
Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chila mulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbis jang ba mulira.
Pleased to meet you, Laram. My name is Nev Threada.
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mulerabes.
What's so great about these energy shields?
Shi gratu loda pograshi oneu komba chintono muchuba. Loda nita kun. Ita patisa batua kachatutonga. Pagrasha kon tijaka Chubakaha chopa chawachuish yunku. Jodo jidbungarantang. Takumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo podadada nanga kumbist mule rabest.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
Where does
Tong
this
haitwam
technology come
jiji
from?
lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita
Chani.
kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbis jang ba mulira. Takumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Dolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo podadada nanga kumbist mule rabest. Chi gratu loda pograshi oneu komba chintono muchuba. Loda nita kun. Ita patisa batua kachatutonga. Pagrasha kon tijaka Chubakaha chopa chawachuish yunku. Jodo jidbungarantang. Tolpa da pongwale gando nangugu chuchut. Gavadum ku pelio botenya.
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tong abog sha umninang. Wanga kun bez keng balemuraya. Achuta. Wanga
Heavy combat suit. Yeah, I can't afford that, dog.
Uh-huh. On it. It's open.
Yes?
So, part of, so something to explain people who, you know, when you, early RPGs, you just, broke and entered and everybody acted, and broke, entered, stole, and everybody acted like it was totally normal. Dia.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
But not Dia. I'm sorry, I was just investigating the area.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Holden? Who's that?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
You can trust me. Maybe I can help.
No, I don't think so. I can't afford to trust anybody right now. Please, just leave me alone.
All right.
Good. I don't much like strangers in my home.
See ya. See ya, dear.
Ready.
Just going around these apartments, guys. No
It's open.
Yes?
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko searcha, chupapanki.
To the upper city. Corn.
Raboda ni unkisnak toma. Tukning nang kongun na murira rabes.
Seems like the Sith are pretty racist.
On it. It's open.
What?
Kuyami, Jvotikchita na patogta, Yafulke Gogala Jiji, Kawana Bora Atugawa, Kanki Dorakun, Watimi
On
Alabora.
it. It's open.
Footlock.
What?
Janitor.
Hey there, watch where you're walking. I just cleaned those floors.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Well, all right then, no hard feelings. My name's Kadir. I'm the janitor for this building. You must be the new tenant here, right? Never thought they'd rent that abandoned apartment. You look like an off-worlder. What happened? You get stuck here because of the quarantine? Can't see any other reason someone would want to rent that old apartment.
Uh-huh. I want to ask you some questions.
Don't know how much I can tell you, but seeing as how you're new here, I guess I can try and help you out.
Tell me
Decent
about
enough
Taris.
place to live, I guess, except for the lower levels. That's where the swoop gangs hang out. Just stay in Upper City and you'll be fine. You also might want to check out the Cantina. I used to go there when I was younger. Good place to get a drink and find out what's going on in the Upper City. Don't know how much I can tell you, but seeing as how you're new here, I guess...
What do you think about the Sith in this quarantine?
Not much of an issue for me, you know. I ain't never left Taris, and they ain't never gonna. A lot of other folks are sure riled up about it, but I don't really know much about it. I prefer to keep to myself, mostly. But there's plenty of people at the Cantina who'll be more than happy to tell you what they think about the Sith and their quarantine.
Alright. I'll be going
get
now.
Back to work anyway. I'll probably see you around. I'm here most of the time. The building doesn't clean itself, you know.
Nah, I see. That'd be our apartment. Upper City South. Let's go. Journal entry added. Let's check our journal. Rapid transit system. You move quickly through the game. Yeah, through your map screen. On the map screen, you'll see a button that says Return to Hideout and none. Try using this Return to Hideout. Just so here's our map. The map doesn't. The map is well, it doesn't occupy this whole spot in this mod. They don't have that quite working yet. Here is our escape pod. Right where we crashed. Taris is kind of beautiful. Alright, we'll talk
Yes,
Carth.
what's on your mind?
I'd like to know more about you, Carth.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
I'm sorry, Carth. That must have been awful.
I'm just a soldier. I go where the fleet admirals tell me to. I follow my orders and I do my duty. It's just... doesn't seem right that doing that means I failed them. I didn't.
Them? You mean the people of your homeworld?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
Sure. Carth. His homeworld was attacked by the Sith. He's reluctant to talk about it. Perhaps you can talk more later, after you've gained more experience. Sure. The search for Bastila. You're stranded on Taris, a planet under Sith control. Now you and Carth Onassi must find Bastila, the only person capable of stopping the Sith from conquering the entire galaxy. You should probably begin by investigating the report of escape pods that crashed into the Undercity. Taris is a sharply divided world. The rich live in the upper city, while the lower city is run by swoop gangs. The lowest level of Taris are overrun by terrible monsters called Rakghouls. To make matter worse, the Sith has seized control and imposed a planet-wide quarantine. Nice. Very nice. The Cantina.
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kebla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Taris. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
The Sith confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested. Anything I can do to help a potential customer out. What do you want to know?
You know anything about those escape pods that crashed here on Taris?
I heard a couple of pods crash down in the Undercity. I bet the crash sites have already been stripped clean by the Sith, though. Unless the swoop gangs or Davik's men got there first.
Swoop gangs? What do you know about the swoop gangs?
I don't have anything good to say about those swoop gangs. Zooming around on their swoop bikes, terrorizing the lower city like a bunch of animals. Things weren't so bad when the hidden Becks were running the show. But ever since the rise of the Black Vulcar gang, the lower city has been nothing short of a war zone. The Sith haven't even bothered trying to maintain order down there. And I heard a rumor that Davik's own people are having problems with the Black Vulcars now.
And tell me about this Davik.
Oh, Davik's a legitimate businessman, if you get my drift. Smuggling, slaving, extortion. They say he's a member of the Exchange, you know, the big intergalactic criminal organization.
I've heard of the Exchange. Bad organization to cross. But if anyone has blockade-breaking ships, however, it's them.
I have to pay him a protection fee every month, but it's reasonable. And I get most of my inventory through Davik and his suppliers. So I'm just smart enough not to ask where it came from, you understand?
Is Davik working with the Sith?
Davik hates the Sith as much as anybody. The quarantine has put a real dent in his operations, too. But he's keeping a low profile as long as the occupation lasts. Davik stays out of the way, and the Sith don't bother him. The swoop gangs could learn a thing or two from this tidy little arrangement, instead of always going after each other.
How do you feel about the Sith?
It's not smart to say bad things about the people in power, if you get my meaning. I just wish the Sith would ease up on the quarantine. They're killing my business. I can't say I like having them here in Upper City, but it could be worse, and we're still a lot better off than the Lower City, what with those swoop gangs and all. Good day to you, then. Remember to come back to my shop if you ever need any supplies.
Well, if I ever get any money, perhaps I'll do that. I'm gonna go to the cantina a little later. Actually, you know what? There's no good reason to not go right now. Talk to this Sith.
Don't bother me. I'm here on official Sith business.
You're here drinking, buddy. That's all you're here doing.
Don't you just love watching the Pazaak players? All that strategy, all those credits. It's enough to make a girl get all flushed.
What do you want? Have you come here just to bother me, or do you... If you have...
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough to draw the interest of the ladies in this establishment as it is. Surely you understand what I'm talking about. I'd guess you've experienced many lonely evenings, something I'm hoping to avoid tonight.
There's the band.
This Tarisian ale is fantastic. We should have conquered this planet ages ago.
Let me enjoy my drink in peace, and I won't have to run you in for questioning.
All right.
Hi there. I haven't seen you around before. Of course, they don't give us Sith officers from the military base much time off.
You're from the military base? You don't look like one of the Sith.
I'm off duty right now, so I'm not in uniform. My name is Sana, junior officer, first class with the Sith Occupation Force.
Nice to meet you, Sarna. I'm Nev Threada.
I'm actually a little surprised you're talking to me at all. Most of the people here on Taris can't stand us Sith. It can make this job pretty lonely.
You're just doing your job, right? I don't hold that against you.
Save the sympathetic best friend act. I'm not buying it. But I don't want to fill out a bunch of paperwork on my day off, so let's just pretend this conversation never happened. Now move along.
All right, Sarna. I see how you are.
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazaak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
You're giving up gambling. Why?
Don't get me wrong. The game's been good to me over the years. I've traveled the span of the galaxy, from the core worlds to the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim. I've won countless fortunes, and lost countless more. But that was long ago, and things have changed. Gambling is a young man's game. That's why I'm looking to get out. My offer still stands. 50 credits gets you my old Pazaak deck and a free lesson. A great offer if you can afford it. I'm sorry to hear that, but 50 credits is my best offer. I'm practically giving the deck away at that price. If you want it, it's yours. If not, no hard feelings. Glad to see you're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here, I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want. Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'd like that lesson now. For each Pazaak match, yeah. Yep. Ten cards. I've only got 10 cards. So I must go with the 10 cards I have. Obviously, the game is, it's like blackjack, guys. Only instead of trying to get 20, you're trying to get 21, and you got these modifier cards. Alright, first hand, draw the main jack. Gotcha. So 7 in turn. Get hit. 11 in turn. 20. We got it. And we win that one. Win that one. Okay. Go +5.
Back again?
You know anything about these Republic escape pods that crashed down?
I spend my days here in the Cantina, sipping ale and chatting with the folks who want to buy. I don't have much use or care what goes on outside these walls. I don't see much point in worrying about that kind of stuff now that I've given up the gambler's life. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I don't think so.
Of course, of course. No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
I saw you getting a Pazaak lesson from that old fossil Garud. Learning the rules of Pazaak is easy, but actually playing the game is a much greater challenge. Normally, I wouldn't bother with a novice like you. But since Garud was banned for hustling cards, I haven't been able to find a good game around here. Do you wish to play a hand?
Who are
My
you?
name is Niklos. I'm the unofficial champion of the Pazaak
Unofficial.
circuit here on Taris. If you don't mind losing your wager, we could play a few hands.
Yeah. Let's play.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
I'll wager them all. I'm gonna destroy this chunk. Boom. You can go down. If later we'll get some cards where we can go down. But yeah, as it is, he busted and he's done. It's gonna be tough. Just stay. Oh well. Stay. Frick. Oh boy. Shoot. No.
Pazaak is not for everyone. It requires both nerve and skill. Perhaps you should practice before risking your credits against such a skilled player as myself. Unless you like losing. Questions? I don't come here to answer questions. If you want to play Pazaak, then let's play. If not, then quit crowding my gambling table. If
All
you
right,
ever wish to
Nicholas.
test yourself against the best Pazaak player on Taris, you know where to find me.
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get my credits back. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of Knights of the Old Republic. We woke up on Taris a couple days after crashing in the escape pod. Had a conversation with Carth about a lot of stuff. Who he is and why we're here and why it's so important to rescue Bastila, that the fate of the entire Republic War effort pretty much rests on her, so we have to get her out of here. We've really not got an easy task here because there's no help that's coming for us. We don't know where Bastila is, if she's even alive, and it's just Nev and Carth, and that's it. And we've got to get off of this blockaded and quarantined Sith-controlled planet with Bastila, if we can find her with no help. I mean, we're early in the game, and the stakes are already really high and really difficult. So we went around, saved an alien from the Sith. Taris is a very racist planet, it seems, and the Sith are racist as well, or speciest, I guess you could say. And we went around looking for information about the crashed escape pods. Haven't came up with much yet. We're in the Cantina, and we've got a Pazaak deck, and already have lost a little bit of money on it to Niklos. But yeah, the next episode we'll be continuing to see what's going on around the Cantina, guys. If you guys like what you saw, you know what to do, and I'll see you on the next one. Laters.